Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to podcast number 101 of Basement Radio Arcade. We have a great show for everyone tonight. We have a special guest this evening, Avers from G4G. Avers, what is going on, my friend? Thank you for joining Brad tonight, man.
Oh, nothing much, man. Just a lot of great gaming so far in the year. Been knocking out as much as I possibly can from my backlog, so that's been going great. Got that Kingdom Come as well, so hopefully we can mention that a little bit later on. And everything's going pretty good. Channel's starting to grow. G4G Media is the channel, and I'm here. Let's get it going.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So you guys are fairly new, at least fairly new to me, and I've enjoyed watching some of your content. Before we went on live, I mentioned I like the kind of studio office environment that you guys have there. How did you guys get together and just start G4G? Like, what was I guess what was the motivation or the inspiration to do this?
Well, you know what? We used to listen to a lot of podcasts, actually. So podcasts that were here on YouTube, podcasts that are on, like IGN, GameSpot. Their little live shows. Our set is actually kind of influenced or similar to one of the GameSpot sets where they talk about like Game of Thrones and TV shows and stuff like that. So I liked that style that they had. I just kind of didn't really love what they were saying a lot of the time. So I kind of felt like I wanted to do my own sort of thing. Moxie and I met a while back, a few years ago, working for the same company, and realized that we both like games. So we got to the point where we were just talking and sharing articles pretty much every day. There's a lot of apps and a lot of articles out there that you can get a hold of and share back and forth. And that's how it grew. And we both just decided that we wanted to do a podcast because we didn't hear anybody saying the types of things that we were talking about. So we thought we had maybe something a little bit unique to add, and that's pretty much how it started.
That's awesome, man. So how long, just in terms of your gaming background or history of gaming, when did you start gaming?
I was just about to turn 5, I would say, the first time I encountered an arcade unit, and it was actually Super Mario Brothers.
Nice.
Yeah, it was weird because I didn't know about the NES. I'm sure it was out at that point, but I didn't know anything about that stuff, and it was in a grocery store. And so I used to get quarters from my mom and run up to the front of the store and play that as much as I possibly could. I don't think I got very far because of being that young. I was probably 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got to like the first or second flagpole or whatever it was. But, that was my earliest memory. It stayed with me ever since then. So eventually I got them to get me an NES a few years later after it had already been on the market for quite a while and wasn't as expensive at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And just kept going from there. So I've never stopped. I've owned almost every Nintendo console that has existed except the Wii. The only thing I didn't want to buy was not into the motion gaming personally, even though I loved Mario, Zelda, all the IPs that they have. I just could not do the Wii mode personally. And been buying everything ever since I've had money, since I've had a job. I support all the platforms, all the developers out there. Don't really have that much of a preference towards one. I'm definitely more invested in the Xbox ecosystem just because I've been downloading digital games from them longer than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Nice, man. So, like many of us here, I mean, we've all started gaming at a very young age. I started around 5 years old, but on the Atari. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. My dad actually bought the Atari for my sister, my older sister, and I just kind of took over it. And played Space Invaders and Pac-Man and Pitfall and Pong and God, I can't remember E.T. With the game that killed the gaming industry.
Yeah.
But all of us here on the panel have been doing this a long time, so that's awesome to hear that. Also, I want to welcome All Day Digital. All Day, what is going on, my friend? You are also my co-host on Loot Chest Radio, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us tonight, man. I appreciate it.
Oh man, no doubt. Glad to be here.
Who cares about All Day? Nobody cares about All Day.
Hey, you watch it, man.
Come on.
I'm a god.
Yeah.
You informed.
He's a god.
Nah, what's up, man? Just chilling, man. Just been kind of lacking on the games lately. Been trying to clear up some backlog. I tried playing Assassin's Creed the other day, and I fuck, man, like. It's so repetitive.
I quickly grew tired of it.
I just couldn't. But yeah, I've been trying to get through stuff, man, and just chilling out, man, doing what I can.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And John, Mr. Negative, what's going on, man?
I am actually currently playing Owlboy on the Switch.
You're playing
Owlboy.
How is it?
Wonderful. This is probably the best game I played this year.
Wow. You say that a lot, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's the curse of there being a metric shit ton of great games. But Owlboy is probably the most beautiful 2D side scroller I've ever seen, and there's so much charm and heart behind the game. I mean, the opening of the game just broke me.
Really?
Yeah, especially if you grew up with any kind of abuse. The game is just it's rendered in what they call a high bit, as opposed to like 8-bit or 16-bit.
Mm-hmm.
And to see it in motion, you really have to see it to believe it. This game was in production for 8 years.
Oh wow!
And I can tell you right now, it was worth every month.
How much is it?
$24. And it's all by all the estimates I've heard, you're looking at a 10 to 12 hour game. With a game this beautiful, with this much character and story behind it, like I'll happily pay $24 for that. This is just what a wonderful game. I played it for a few hours last night. I'm playing it now, and I could not stop thinking about it at work today.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Who's the developer behind the game?
God, I'm trying to remember. I feel like an asshole for not remembering off the top of my head. I'll tell you right now, though. Give me a Kid Icarus game with these visuals and this gameplay. I need it, and you will know what I mean when you start playing it.
Yeah, I've been asking for Kid Icarus for a while, man.
Yeah, This is B-Money. This is. I mean, you really need to try this, man. This is fucking just a wonderful game.
Oh my goodness. And that's so is this game only on the Switch or is it on other platforms?
No, it's on the PS4 and the Xbox One as well, but I am playing it on the Switch because I feel like it's just right at home here, and also because the Switch is a better console than either of them. So.
Oh my God! Here we go.
John is a big fan of the
He just wants to play while he shits. I get it.
I do. Hey, I want to play I want to play while I do a lot of things, but honestly, yeah, no. But honestly, God, no, it doesn't really matter what system you get it on. Just buy the game and play it. One, because it's a fucking amazing game, but two, these developers really deserve your time and your money, and that is an increasingly difficult thing to say about a lot of developers in today's.
It actually is a pretty good-looking game. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. Yeah.
When it came out, it got a lot of praise. The only thing I can say nowadays with these retro-style games, I'm just so weary on them and finicky on them now because they're just coming in abundance with crazy reviews. 9 out of 10.
I totally understand that, but this will validate everyone. Like this will get rid of all your doubts. I'm telling you that this is. I would not tell you to spend your money unless I absolutely believe you should.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
It's actually trending 87% Metacritic right now.
Yes, and it got high reviews on PC because it came out on PC originally a year ago. But
2016, yeah.
Yeah, 2016. What a good game.
Yeah, it looks like you're right, John. Development started 2007. Developer is Deep Pad Studio.
Yes. Okay. There you go. Oh God, this game is so good. It's so good and so beautiful. This game is just fucking heartbreakingly good looking. I mean, I can't get over how good this game looks.
No, it looks good. You know what, man? We just need to give you a segment here on BRAP where you give recommendations for Switch games because I think like last week or 2 weeks ago you were talking about Celeste.
I was. Celeste is probably my game of the year so far.
What?
Yep.
Man,
well,
didn't you just say? No, I'm not.
No,
I'll let you explain.
I'm confused. I thought that.
So this is definitely so. Let me clarify. Owlboy is definitely in the running. Celeste is probably my game of the year so far because, as you guys know, I am a firm advocate for mental health, and you wouldn't know it just to look at it, within your first glance, but Celeste deals with a lot of very deep issues with depression and suicide and anxiety. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But it is also a fiendishly clever and difficult game in the vein of Super Meat Boy, which is just a fantastic 2D platformer on its own. And there's a reason that it has a 93 Metacritic right now.
Wow. Oh my God. So, Avers, you mentioned a backlog earlier, I think, maybe before you went on live. And see, this is the problem. I'm gonna go out and buy these games and be even more backlogged now.
Oh yeah, same here, definitely.
Yeah.
There's way too much amazing content across the board right now. Once you get to the middle of a generation like this, I mean, everybody's firing on all cylinders. So my backlog grows every week, every month, and since October I've gotten through about 57 games is my tally, I believe I'm at. So I feel like I'm getting through the backlog. But then, like you said, all these new games. He just mentioned this Owlboy, so now I want to check out that. That's just going to add another one to it right there. So definitely right about that.
Owlboy needs to. Owlboy very deserve. Owlboy and Celeste need to take precedence in whatever kind of gaming backlog anybody has. Stop what you're playing and play these games.
Wow, that's you know what's great is that we're getting bangers from indies, from the big publishers, developers, but also from the indies. I think this is great. Like, we're getting such a wide variety of great content to pick from.
Well, and it's one more reason why I love the Switch so much, because at the beginning of the generation it was the PS4, which was considered to be like the big the savior of the genre basically. But now, man, everybody's flocking to the Switch because I don't know if you guys have seen the news, but indie games just sell better on the Switch. All of them.
I have seen that, yeah.
All of them. They all sell better.
There's so many times that I've said, I'm playing Persona right now, and I'd rather have that on the Switch. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I cannot wait for this Shin Megami Tensei game on the Switch. I can't wait.
It's gonna kill, man. It's gonna kill.
It's gonna be awesome.
I just don't want to stop playing, man.
Wow. I gotta. It's crazy. I have my Switch, John. I don't play it enough, and in part it's because the kids. They kind of hog it. I might have to lay the law down a little bit. maybe take it away from them.
Why are you? I just realized I don't even have your friend code.
You know what? I thought I sent you a friend invitation.
Did you really?
Yeah, you never accepted it. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, by the way.
Well, sorry.
You're probably like, who's this Enrique guy? Who's this?
I'll double check.
Yeah, if that's all right, I'll get it for you. I'll send you another invite or give you mine. But I'm not connected with a lot of people on Switch though. I think like Shinobi and a couple other people I'm connected to. So, but no, John, thanks for sharing that, man. Great recommendations. I tend to think that you have pretty
the best taste.
Well, I would say best, but I would say pretty decent taste. I don't agree with you on the whole Final Fantasy thing. We won't get to that, but
let's talk about Witcher 3 combat then.
We're not going to talk about Witcher 3 combat. I think we talked about that with the Ash and Luca, who's in the live chat. Big shout out to Ash and Luca. Yeah, we're not going to. Well, you know what? At least go back and play Witcher 2.
No, because it's got shit.
To talk about terrible combat.
Yeah,
the combat there's atrocious. So,
what up, Luca?
Yeah. So, B Money, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just enjoying the day. Another great Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day. So shout out to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks, man.
We're in a panel full of men here, sir.
Yes,
Jay. Hey, man. All the listeners.
Gonna give you my Jay Fonzarelli voice. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Hey, dude, it's only weird if you make it weird.
Jay, right, man.
I just want to talk. It's Jay Fonzarelli.
B Money, you know what? Let me.
What's up,
B Money? I appreciate that, man. I love you, buddy.
Yeah, man. Right back at you.
There you go. See, there's nothing wrong with it.
I just want to say something to my thoughts to all the families and victims of today's shooting in Florida. Just a terrible incident.
We got a fucking problem in this country.
Yeah, I don't get it, and I have kids, and I was at basketball practice at elementary school this evening with my 9-year-old. I'm thinking, geez, man, like somebody could just roll up and you could just go down.
Yep.
And that's a scary thought. I mean, it's just we didn't grow up like that. I grew up in a time where you weren't supposed to have your name on the back of your shirt, or you weren't supposed to talk to strangers.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, that was the brunt of our worries. It's crazy. I just don't I don't get it. So, but I just wanted to say that real quick. So, let's get to gaming and. Gentlemen, happy Valentine's Day to you guys as well. I don't want to Be the Grinch of Valentine's Day.
Thanks, Enrique.
Yeah, that's all day. That's why I wanted Jay Fonzarelli on here. I wanted to hear his voice.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jay Fat. Like, where you at?
That's actually pretty
What's
good.
up, guys?
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, guys? Jay Fonzarelli.
Come on, man. I'm ready to rack them up.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
We don't do that on this podcast, John. So
We stack them up over here, bro.
we stack them up. We stack them up. Exactly. We stack them up. So, so guys, we have some Sea of Thieves news. Finally, we got some of the meat and potatoes of the game. And so outside, I think of, well, John, obviously you didn't play the beta.
Nope.
B Money, you played the beta, right? No?
No, I did not.
All right. So then what about you all day? No?
Yeah, I've been playing this since what, April?
Okay. So, and Avers, I know you played it. We've talked about it a little bit. So, I mean, I think we all were kind of in agreement here that at least from the beta, there wasn't a whole lot to it, right?
Yeah.
It left a lot for the imagination. And it was definitely a situation where if you were playing by yourself, it just wasn't fun. I didn't have fun at all playing the game by myself or getting drunk by myself. Just wasn't fun. Although it once you got a crew, it was definitely a lot more enjoyable. But some of the for me, some of the treasure hunting and stuff.
I mean, that's any MMO though, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, having said, like, I don't give a shit about MMOs or pirates, so I could give, yar, mate, I'll make a bargain with you, true as the North Star.
I call parlay.
Cursed the lock on the fool who thought a parlay. I don't wait too many fucking movie quotes.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna say that was actually a nice pull.
But I don't give a shit about MMOs, and I don't give a shit about pirates, and I don't give a shit about Sea of Thieves because it just doesn't look interesting. It looks like every other MMO to me. Having said that, apparently the impressions of the game were good, and it did very well on Twitch, and hopefully the game sells a lot better than I think it will.
Mm-hmm.
I want everything to succeed. So I'm hopeful for them, and I'm hopeful for the game's success, and apparently Microsoft is too because there's a bundle.
Yeah,
and I don't think they would do that unless they thought. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
Yeah. So, Avers, we kind of talked about this in DM right around the time of the open beta. Just kind of share your thoughts quickly of your experience with the beta before we get into some of the meat and potatoes of the game.
Yeah, with the beta, I had the same experience you had. I played by myself a pretty significant portion of the time, and if you're going to try to play this game by yourself, I don't think you're going to be able to have all that much fun, especially with the way the game is right now, or the way it's going to start out in the first 3 or 4 months. So that might not be the best bet. If you can group up with other people, that's where the fun starts to happen. But somebody mentioned the digging up the treasure. Basically, that seems to be the whole point of the game as of right now, is going on those treasure quests. So even that, I think they kind of have to add quite a bit more value to that, or make that more fun somehow to really keep people playing the game all year. But that said, towards the end of the beta, when I did get to group up with people, I had a lot more fun with it, and I did kind of catch that bug, that thing that makes you want to come back. And on the last day of the beta, I was a little upset because I was going to load it up and it was gone. So I was disappointed there, and that kept me, really on the edge of my seat. Now I kind of want to play it again. I'm going to jump into the stress test when they do it. They sent me an email for that, so I'm going to jump into that and see how it goes, and see if I continue to feel that way after it.
And I think that's happening this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I think Friday it starts. Awesome. Yeah, and that was kind of my thought too with the beta. But so some of the things that we found out about Sea of Thieves, obviously the beta, you don't get to choose your pirate. Gar. I can't stop doing that, by the way. When I was streaming, I actually did a Twitch stream of Sea of Thieves, and the whole time I was like, Gar, just for the sake of saying Gar.
So you switched from saying Roach to R. All right,
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I went from where's Roach to Gar. Yeah,
All
pretty
right.
good. Yeah, that's how I roll, man. So the full retail release, you'll be able to choose your pirate. Now the pirates are pre-generated, so it's like you don't like some other MMOs or other RPGs. You're not like, sitting there for hours trying to sculpt an exact look-alike of yourself. I'm not one of those people that actually does that, but I know that there are some people. But yeah, they're all pre-generated pirates. They come in different shapes and sizes: male, female, skinny, wide, tall, short. The ships. So this is interesting. So the ships are actually, it's the same thing in the beta, like where, like depending on how many people you had, it would pretty much dictate which kind of ship you pick up. So like if you're rolling solo, you get like a little small ship. And if you're rolling with like a whole crew of 4, you get like a bigger pirate ship. So, but you can buy cosmetic upgrades for the pirates or for the pirate ship. So some of those are like custom sails. What are the things in the front of the ship? Sometimes they're mermaids. What do they call that?
I forgot, but there's a word for it.
I don't know what it's called.
Shit on the front of your ship.
Yes, we'll call it shit in front of you.
That's that's actually the technical term, I believe.
All right, I'm gonna go to B Money with this one. He's the expert. What do you think, B? What is it called? The stuff in the front.
I have no idea, man.
The mast?
It's a hood emblem, man.
It's the hood emblem. There you go. No, it's not the mast.
The mast. The mast is where the fucking sails are.
Hey, you know what? I never claimed to be a pirate or a sailor.
Clearly fucking not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Fucking landlubber over here.
Gar.
You go swab the deck, Enrique.
Yeah, I should go swab the deck.
Walk the fucking plank, dude. What the hell you're talking about?
Someone said hood ornament. Who said hood ornament?
That was me, man.
Okay,
old school Delta 88, man. You know what I mean? You got the old school. You got the hood in them on there. New cars don't got that too much. Everything's in the grill.
Now I just got a fucking image of a pirate ship being sailed by like like Alonzo Harris is played by Denzel Washington in Training Day.
Oh my god!
Did you write that shit? Just like comes up on some fucking rims. There's like a fucking.
I'm putting seagulls on all you motherfuckers.
You've been doing time.
Blackbeard ain't got shit on me.
Right.
Or would it be the Kraken? The Kraken ain't got shit on me.
Oh my goodness! All right, so we're gonna call them hood ornaments. There you go, hood ornaments. So yeah, you can buy these cosmetic upgrades. These microtransactions, dirty word these days. No loot boxes. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's good.
It's a good idea.
I guess.
Don't want to piss off too many people.
I'll take the unpopular opinion on this one. I actually don't mind the games that have the loot boxes. I'm talking about like the Overwatch style, the way they do that.
Most people.
The Gears of War, the Gears of War style. In addition, I think it's pretty similar. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like the same thing where you get random things out of it. Yeah. I get what people are saying. They don't like them. They don't like not knowing the chances of getting it, not dropping, whatever it is, 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever people are spending on those things, and then not getting what they want. They're pretty angry and upset about that stuff. So I totally get that. And maybe they should reform that a little bit. But I think some games can still do it and get away with it. But it is probably for the best that they're backing off on that. I do think that they were probably going to put them in this game, and they probably really wanted to last year until all of this stuff happened with Star Wars Battlefront. And now they're having to find another way to do it with what are they putting in their cats and like birds and dogs and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was like pets, like cats, birds, dogs. Yeah. Different animals. Yeah.
So they're going to go about a different way. They're going to wait a few months to try to get people warmed up to the idea. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if that's a popular way to do it or not. But I think there is room for certain types of games to do different types of loot boxes personally.
Yeah. I think the cosmetic upgrades of the ships is probably going to be like the big thing that people are really going to get into, because, and I'm, I don't remember everything you can do, but the thing in the front that we talked about, you can get your own like sails and stuff. There's different things you can do. I think the people are really going to. There's really an emphasis on customization in this game, which tends to be the case.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword because you can't even customize your character.
That's crazy.
You can't. I guess. Hold on. You can't customize your character.
No, you can't.
You can with clothes.
No, you can with clothes, but you can't You don't have as much freedom. They're the pirates that you can pick from are pre-generated.
Yeah, you can't design
that
your own.
Sucks. What the fuck is the point? Basically with 50% of characters you run into, it's like, my God, it's like I'm looking in a mirror.
Well, no, they come up with a system to make it very, very random, so that it's you probably will never ever see anybody.
Okay, so everything is random. You just can't randomize it yourself.
Yeah, I believe you can randomize it to a certain extent, and then once you decide on the one you want, you're stuck there forever. It's permanently tied to your gamer tag.
That's not that okay. I misunderstood. That's what World of Warcraft does or whatever.
Yeah, and if you don't like the choices they give you, then it goes through like another like pre-rendered or pre-generated set of pirates.
So basically, you're just picking presets over and over.
Yeah, but I think they're different enough where you won't run into someone that kind of looks like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just isn't like where you like picking your eyebrow or the kind of jawline you have or anything like that. It's nothing like that. So
yeah, I wish they would have did it to where the items you do pick would be they would have properties like better stats or bonuses.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would give me a more incentive to play. To me.
Would you say they give you what property?
Like properties, like stats, like better strength. Kind of like RPG, the RPG elements to the gear you collect or buy or whatever.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's completely cosmetic. I think that's a little disappointing. Because you want to have what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but I think they're doing this though because I think they want to make this game really inviting just to anyone. It's not. One of the things I like about this game is that, so let's say like you're a legendary pirate, right? You get a legendary ship, and with that legendary ship, you get legendary missions, and let's say, here I am, I'm Enrique, I'm a legendary pirate, Gar, and I roll out with my legendary ship, and I see Avers, and I see, All Day Digital hanging out on the island, right? And let's say you guys aren't legendary pirates. You guys can actually hop in my ship and do legendary missions without being a legendary pirate. So they're not putting it. It's not a situation where like a Destiny, like if you haven't done, ABC mission, you can't, or if you're not a certain light level, you can't do the raid. It's not like that.
Right.
And I kind of like that. Like I get what they're trying to do. They're just trying to make it simple and fun. I think ultimately the end game here is how long can they keep people engaged? That's that's the question.
Yeah, to me with that formula, like they wouldn't keep me engaged long enough to play it for an extensive period of time, just because
parlay.
If I'm playing for 2 or 3 months and all I get is cosmetic stuff, and I basically have the same abilities as somebody who just started playing a week ago. For me, it's just like why continue to play?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah, you know what I mean, to only look cool. You know what I mean? I have no advantage over any other player. I got all this legendary stuff, but I'm not really legendary because I'm the same guy that, if you look at somebody who just picked it up a week ago, they have the same abilities that I have. So to me, I think that's kind of where they lose me, and kind of I lose the interest in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they didn't even have stats, right? At least have the gear you find or the weapons you find would have perks. Like saying you can find treasure faster, or little tiny things like that would make it more to keep me around a little bit more. But as of right now, I mean, $10, you can't beat it, bro.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's if you decide to, invest in Game Pass. Yeah,
we'll decide to for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely. I mean, I'm definitely going to pick up Game Pass to try out this game for sure.
Yeah.
So, the end game is to at least for launches is to become a pirate legend. It looks like the way you could do that is through leveling up your reputation through doing quests for the different factions. There's 3 factions. There's the Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, and Merchant Alliance, and each one of those 3 factions has different quests. And they even actually, they haven't released any, I don't think, any video footage of the Kraken, but I know IGN actually got a chance to look at the Kraken. But the Kraken's actually going to be like, from what I understand, like a pretty random event. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's going to be like not scripted. You can't trigger the Kraken. It's just going. The Kraken's just going to have like Davy Jones isn't going to pop out and turn a wheel in a ship and the Kraken comes up. It's just going to fucking happen. So, which is pretty cool.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping the Kraken was part of a mission. and not some like random event because it's supposedly pretty random from what I understand.
You can't
I would rather have it be random instead of us spamming that mission. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
You think you would fight the Kraken over?
There is something to that. I mean, it does add a kind of an element of danger to being on the other option.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's too random? Or am I overthinking the randomness?
I think you're overthinking it.
Yeah, you're overthinking it. Stack them up.
Rag them up.
No, it's stack them up.
Stack them up. Whack them up.
So I don't know. I look, honestly, and maybe I'm making a bigger deal of it. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see more Kraken. You know, I was hoping it was part of a mission. Or like if you want to be a legendary pirate, part of being that is to defeat the Kraken, you know? And maybe,
you know, it would be cool too if they had like different sections of the sea that would have their own little mini bosses.
Under the sea.
You know what I mean?
Don't ever do that again, Enrique.
Yeah, I should probably. Yeah, John, you got that, didn't you?
I did. I just don't ever want you to do it again.
Okay. I'm glad no one else did. Yeah. So the Kraken and then the end game just being being a pirate legend, and it looks like they're going to be dropping their first DLC, free DLC, 90 days after launch. So. They're looking to keep, and they did mention, Rare did mention that they're going to release like different like missions and stuff. They'll do like quest missions for the week or for like a day or something like that to kind of keep people engaged. So, but again, I think the end of the day, the challenge here is how long is how are they going to keep people engaged?
What's the loop going to be? What's the loop? What's the hook? You know?
Yeah. Well, they're saying my understanding is the hook is to become a pirate legend.
But if you're already a pirate legend, like in real life, what happens then?
Supposedly they give them extra stuff. People that reach the legendary status, they get their own in-game content and their own stuff to do that nobody else can do.
No, but what I'm saying is what if in your life you are a pirate legend? What happens then? Like, you know?
John, are you trying to tell us that you're a
These are questions. No, I'm not. But these are questions that need to be fucking asked.
Oh my goodness, man! It's a video game.
Video games are serious business, man, okay? You've listened to some other podcasts, okay? Video games are fucking life.
Yeah, video games are life. So no, but you're right, Avers. They give you like those quests and you get like I guess you get your own hideout too, right?
Yeah, you get eventually you will earn your own hideout, and that's supposed to be, from the way they make it sound, supposed to be pretty cool. But I wonder how many of us are really going to be, kept busy by something like that once you achieve it. I think All Day was saying that, that's not going to really be able to keep us there and move on. But I think we are going to move on pretty quickly from that type of content, if that's what they have in their in-game content. But what I'm guessing, you guys can tell me if this is crazy or not, but I'm guessing that they're targeting the streamers so much because, is it just me or is it mostly casuals watching people that stream all the time? They're probably
no.
A lot of hardcore gamers watch streamers.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure many of them are casuals, but what is a casual? I mean, define a casual.
Like a lot of people that watch gameplay on YouTube rather than go out and buy the game.
I mean, I don't know. Like I don't like the term casual or hardcore gamer, but that's a whole other discussion. I think there are many people who play games for various amounts of time who are watching these things. I don't think it's all one group. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't know how varied it is. I would say that I don't think anybody who watches these streams religiously, like take Dr. Disrespect, right? Who's a piece of shit, but he's popular. I don't see anybody who doesn't give a shit about that much of a shit about video games spending that much time invested in watching that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But
does anybody agree or disagree?
I don't know. It's just I think obviously when you have like those Twitch streamers who are getting like I don't know, 1 million people watching, whatever it is. I think obviously there's an element of the casual demographic. I think when you start getting those kind of numbers. But I think I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't know.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think we've come to a period where people aren't watching regular TV, and sometimes you can just watch a streamer and have it for background noise. And I know I watch like different podcasts and things like that, and for a lot of people, it's the same way. Especially if the streamer is kind of interactive and they have conversation with the audience. People will just have it on as background noise and kind of just listen to the streamer, or if the streamer's funny or whatever the case may be. So I think the audience is a little bit of both. Some people check it out to see how good the game looks or how it plays or what they could expect from the game, and then they kind of make their decision based on that, if they'll go out and purchase or whatever the case may be. And then you got your casuals who are just looking to see what the hottest thing is. If they go on Twitch and they see like 20,000 people are watching their stream, they'll jump in there too just to see what it's about and interact with the chat. So it's a little bit of both, and I wouldn't just try to put it on one group or the other.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's true. That's a great point, B. It's a great point. Alden, do you have any thoughts on this, man?
Not really, bro.
All days like I don't give a shit.
Nah, I'm done talking about Sea of Thieves, bro. Like if you want to try it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, the streaming, I don't know. It seems like it's like they kind of built the game around that in mind. So I feel like a lot of people will tune in just to check it out because there's no other game like it, really. So
no, there isn't.
I feel like people will be tuning in to see how it plays out and if it's worth a Game Pass purchase or physical purchase. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say this. I do hope this game does well because I want to see Rare do well. I think for quite some time they were, at least during the time of the Connect, I don't think they were necessarily used correctly, with primarily focusing on games for the Connect. So I'm still kind of on the fence of this game. I'll definitely try it out, but outside of that, I do want to see this game do well because it's Rare. And they put out so many great games over the last 30-something years. We talked about Nintendo earlier. RC Pro-Am's one of the first Rare games I think I played. So, anyone have any other thoughts on Sea of Thieves before we move to our next subject?
I do.
Go ahead, Kev.
R.
Oh. I thought you were gonna have something. Never mind.
No, it's anticlimactic, sir.
That's just it. Hey, what is? By the way, what is this? Exactly. What is this? What is this thing of your voice on Alexa? By the way,
I don't know. Fawn sent me something, and I was like, "What is this? What have you done?" And apparently they'll be out for purchase this November. So stay on the lookout for that.
Yeah, your voice was like it was all like there's one thing where someone asks a question and you're like yelling at them.
I don't know. He just took a whole bunch of snippets from old videos and put them in there. So
yeah,
I'm trying to pitch it to Amazon right now, see if we can get some patents going. So
yeah, that's interesting.
Amazon.
All right, so
I'm going to be the most disrespectful echo in your house. So get ready.
Oh my goodness, John! I can hear
it all day. Fuck you.
Oh my god. Avers, this show's not always like this, by the way.
No, it's always like this.
Okay. Only when I'm here. It can't get like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
All right. So speaking of loot boxes, there's a rumor going around. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there's a rumor circulating that maybe Disney might pull the license from EA for Star Wars.
Are they going to pull it, or is it just going to come to a natural end?
I mean, so look, like there are laws about this sort of thing. You can't just end a fucking contract. Willy nilly be like, yeah, sorry, you don't have the contract. Like I'm sure there is language in the contract that will allow them to do what they want with the property. And to be honest with you, the way EA has handled the franchise, I wouldn't doubt that Disney wants it out of their hands. But I am very wary of rumors like this because they almost never pan out. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm advising that people wait on this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm certainly, we definitely treat this as rumor, but I still thought it was an interesting rumor, and some of the names that have been dropped apparently are Activision and Ubisoft now, and so I mean, I can't even imagine if.
I mean, honestly, what's the difference?
Well, I think Disney aren't they pulling all their shit off of Netflix this year?
No,
they are.
Are you sure? I heard that they were going to keep Punisher and everything on there.
No, they're pulling it.
No, all the Marvel shit is going. So is all the Star Wars shit.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're going to start their own streaming thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
They are, but they want to target a PG level rather than an R-rated. From what I was reading about it.
Interesting.
So stuff like Punisher and Daredevil won't really work on their channel, on their site.
So will they keep those on Netflix then or no?
That's what I had heard, but you guys are saying otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'll have to look that up. That's and that would be I don't want a PG Daredevil. Daredevil the way it is now works perfectly.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Punisher. Yeah, I don't want to see them to mess with that. I mean, I understand it's Disney, but you know, those comics have never. The Punisher's never been a PG comic. You know.
Oh no, yeah.
So Activision, Ubisoft are apparently rumored as potential suitors or competitors to Ubisoft. I think about Activision. Like I heard you. I think John, you said that's kind of like more of the same. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Who knows? It might be fucking awesome, you know. But I've been burned by rumors like this too many times.
Yeah. What about Ubisoft though? What if it was Ubisoft?
I mean, Assassin's Creed, yay.
Yeah, but
like, although I will say that with games like Kingdom Hearts, Jesus, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is one of the finest games I played last year. Like, I mean, I don't know, if Ubisoft will allow their more creative devs to show what they're made of, then I mean, yeah, that could potentially be a very good thing.
Yeah. The other thing too is that Ubisoft has done a really good job at supporting their games. I mean, you look at what they did with Rainbow Six Siege. You know, I mean, that game's
been doing with all their multiplayer stuff, man.
Yeah,
Ubisoft has capitalized on every property that they've put out. When we think it's dead, you know what I mean, it comes back out of the grave. For Honor, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon.
Very true.
I mean, the Division, they keep updating it and they get people to come back. And you can see it in their financial report, man. Is
the Division back though? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, people are playing it. They just released like a huge update to it.
Yeah. Well, and look at I'll tell you, another one that's doing really well is For Honor.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, For Honor is pulling a fucking Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, For Honor sold 7.5 million copies. This was just released in an earnings call the other day. And it For Honor, which I thought was dead, I would admit you, has over 1 million unique players every month.
That's pretty impressive.
Which is nuts. And it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. So I'm glad to hear that. We should never want games to fail unless they're oppressively terrible, which most games are not.
No, I agree. I'm just surprised to hear that the Division's still kind of like a thing. I thought it was pretty much dead. In the
a lot of those Destiny players jumped off of there and onto that.
Oh, that would make sense. I mean,
Destiny's going to be fine. There's a lot of hyperbole about Destiny's dying. It's dying. No, it's not dying. I mean, Curse of Osiris had a larger attach rate than what was it called? The Dark Below, the first Destiny original Destiny.
Yeah. So, people still buy the DLCs, but are there a lot of your friends playing it? Because on my friends list, nobody's playing.
I mean, I still play it, and I never had a ton of people on my friends list who played it. But
hold on, we need to talk about this. John, are you feeling okay, or are you depressed? What's going on, bro? Talk to me. What's going on, bro?
With what, Destiny?
Yeah, just please inform me of what's going on in your life currently.
Destiny's a good game. There's nothing wrong with Destiny. It's got problems.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it definitely has problems, and these problems need to be addressed. But I mean, let's face it, nobody does first-person core gameplay like Bungie.
I just feel like they brought two things I enjoy most, right? RPGs and first-person shooters. They had a baby. The baby just didn't grow up too well, you know.
So I don't want to address something that Salty's Gaming in chat said. I don't really know Salty's Gaming. But he says Destiny's dying. No, that's ridiculous. That's foolish. No, Destiny is not dying. I mean, people said the same shit about Destiny around the same time after the Dark Below drop. People said, "Oh, everybody's leaving," blah 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 blah, and then the Taken King came out, and everybody fucking came back.
Right. So maybe this is their projection. Maybe since when I played Dark Below, it was like, it was a little, wasn't that crazy, right? But it was decent, right?
Yeah.
And then this DLC is not crazy; it's kind of decent. So maybe they take a while to ramp up. Maybe.
I look at it the same way that I view microtransactions and loot boxes. People say, "Oh, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad," all day long, every week, every hour. And I agree, they're not good. But you know what? They're there because people fucking buy them. No matter what, people fucking buy them. It's the same thing with games like Destiny. It's the same. I mean, Destiny. Well, if the fucking Division can come back, Destiny will be fine. Destiny is too ingrained at this point into gaming culture. I mean, there are fucking websites and Twitter accounts dedicated to telling you every Friday where Zur is and what he's selling. I mean,
true.
I mean, IGN has an entire fucking podcast called Fire Team Chats. Where they
Fire Team Chat. Yeah.
There are entire channels called Planet. I mean, Destiny's going to be fine. Nobody will deny that the game has issues that need to be fixed, but Destiny's going to be fine. Anytime anybody tells you, like, and I haven't played Destiny in weeks, like, but the game's going to be fucking fine. Anybody who tells you that Destiny's going to die, that's just hyperbole. Don't do that.
So how many? So okay. So how many games? Do we know how many people have left Destiny 2?
No, we don't have numbers for the game. But I will say that for a game that everybody hates, I mean, or seems to hate, for a game that people say is dead, I mean, more people bought the new expansion than they did the Dark Below for vanilla Destiny, and more people are currently playing Destiny 2 than vanilla Destiny when you align the time period. So the game is fine.
I will say this, and I can't. This isn't concrete evidence by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll say this: if I go back to the time Destiny 1, and I look at my friends list right around the same period of time as where we are after the release, or where we are with Destiny 2 right now. I may have like one person on my friends list playing Destiny 2.
But right now, I have 401 friends on my friends list, right? On average, every night, there's about 125 people on my Xbox, right? There's about 2 people playing on average for the past 2 months. So, I don't know what's going on, but maybe I have a lot of hardcore Destiny players on my list, and
I see a lot of people playing.
Okay, so I actually want to address one more thing that Salty Scheming said in chat, and then I want to focus back on the podcast here. But sure, we do. Analysts have said that the game is not based on numbers. No, one analyst says that he thinks the game doesn't have a future. One analyst. You look it up. There's not this army of analysts saying, "Oh, Destiny's dead," unless you're talking about fucking Paul Tassi on Forbes, and if you are, then get the fuck out of here.
Hey, don't diss Paul Tassi. It's my boy.
Paul fucking Tassi. No, I know exactly which analyst he's referring to. Analysts in the singular, not the plural. But if you go talk to people like Matt, like people who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, like Matt Piscatella, you will learn that the game is doing just fine. Like, I don't understand this fucking, and like, it's not just Destiny, but Call of Duty or games like Assassin's Creed, or these big games. I don't understand this fucking desire that people have for games to not do well. Like, it's almost like people enjoy when they enjoy the thought of a game failing. Like any good game, like Destiny, right? Let's just use Destiny as an example. Destiny's it's a good game. It's got problems, but it's a good game. But people seem to have this fucking hard on for the game failing. And I don't think it's a healthy way to think, not just about games, but anything in life in general. If something is good and decent and people work hard on it, then we shouldn't want it to fail. Because when games like this fail, it's bad for the industry as a whole. It's bad for gamers. It's bad for the industry. Nobody should be rooting for this shit to fail. We should be rooting for this shit to get better. I just don't get it, man. I don't understand the fucking mentality, and I never will. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't remember. You mentioned Matt. I don't remember. I think Matt had we talked about Destiny 2 with Matt on Brap, and I don't remember what he said. I thought he said he was still doing well. But I don't remember.
It is still doing well. It is still doing well.
I mean, it was the second highest selling game last year, right?
Yes, the only game that sold more. The only game that sold more is Call of Duty. And well, people say, "Oh, well, not as many people are watching it on Twitch." Okay, I mean that doesn't mean fucking shit.
I don't know.
Right now, I just looked. Right now on PlayStation Network, there are 6,626 people streaming Fortnite right now, and about 510 streaming Call of Duty World War II. Now, if you're going to sit here and tell me that Call of Duty World War II is dead based on Twitch numbers, you're a fucking moron.
Well, I wouldn't use Twitch as the barometer.
No, nobody should. Nobody should use Twitch or stream or anything. Yeah. Anything. If you're using Twitch streams or streaming content as the metric for whether or not a game is doing well, then that's pure insanity.
Yeah. I tell you what, Destiny 2 is a hot topic.
Yeah.
It is. I just I don't know. This fucking constant negative attitude in the gaming community about games. Period. It's succeeding or doing well. Oh man, there's enough bad shit going on in the world,
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Don't need this shit.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't want to see it fail or any game fail. I was just going off of what a couple of friends I have that used to play Destiny 2 were saying. They were telling me that they were getting back into the Division. So I'm basing that off of a small pool of people as well.
Yeah, and I have friends that actually did leave Destiny 2 to go back to Division. But I saw a lot of people leave. Again, this isn't, I'm not saying Destiny's dying, but I did see a lot of people on my friends list actually migrate from Destiny 2 to PUBG. And I have a lot of people on my friends list playing PUBG right now, and Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I'm about to say I see a lot of people hopping on. Man, Monster Hunter, I swear, every night it's like at least 32 friends on average playing Monster Hunter.
Isn't that kind of surprising? That's surprising to me. Really I didn't think I'd see that. Literally, it's PUBG and Monster Hunter on my friends list.
I was okay with Monster Hunter for the first 10 or 15 hours, but man, that game has got some problems that not many people are willing to talk about.
Like what?
The matchmaking was pretty bad.
I mean, the matchmaking for one is absolute fucking garbage. It should not be that hard to fucking match up with people.
But I got used to it after a while, even though it is convoluted.
You get used to it. But when people say this is the most accessible Monster Hunter yet, I'm like, are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. And then time limits. Arbitrary time limits. I fucking hate them. Why is there a time limit? And I understand it's something that is in every Monster Hunter game. But I mean, when you're doing missions, you can't just buddy up. You have to. I'm talking story missions. The story ones. You have to fire that SOS flare, and if nobody comes, then you are on your own. And if you can't kill that monster in 50 minutes, which is the case sometimes, you just lost an hour of your fucking time for fucking nothing. An hour. Yeah. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't like games that don't respect my time. Mm-hmm. I think the game has. I mean, those are pretty, and those are glaring for me. The game is fine, but every time I fire it up now, I'm like, there are so many other games I'd rather be playing right now that respect my time. And I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
B Money Man, any thoughts on Destiny?
I'm just waiting for the next expansion. You know what I mean? Give me a reason to jump back in there. I talked about Destiny being dead to me last year when we had that topic on the show. It was just something that wasn't keeping my interest, so I set it down. Moved on to something else. And I think that's what a lot of people have done because they're waiting for Bungie to correct things. I mean, it feels like every other week Bungie's apologizing for something that they did do or that they didn't do, and they try to right their wrongs, and they just haven't gotten it right yet. And hopefully, once the second expansion comes out, You know, they can bring a lot of people back, and they fix a lot of things and have everybody locked in again. But for me, I moved on, man. Too many other games for me to kind of sit there and waste my time on Destiny 2 and play the same thing over and over and things still not be right. So
that's a totally valid opinion, man. Like, I'm not, I mean, shit. I mean, the game's got problems, dude. Like, I don't think anybody. I mean, I don't think anybody can deny that. Game's got a lot of problems. And what sucks is that it's got some problems that Destiny 1 had at the beginning and then fixed.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Taken King, which is why, like, for as enjoyable as the game is and for as good as the gameplay is, like, there are just some baffling design decisions where I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why can't you get this right? Like, and the frustrating thing is I believe they can get it right. They just won't.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say too is, B, you mentioned, obviously the glaring problems that Destiny 2 has, but I mean, maybe some of the disconnect too, or the lack of interest is a byproduct of just how much great content we have at this point in the console cycle than when Destiny 1 came out.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're like a multi-console owner, I mean, there's so much great content. We talked about earlier in the show, like, there's so much stuff from indies. There's so much stuff from these other developers that are putting out just great products. You know what I mean? So everybody has a different interest pool, and I mean, not everybody's throwing their ball in every bucket. You know what I mean? But there's definitely a lot of stuff that at least pique my interest. So it's hard for me to kind of get locked down on one particular game or franchise when there's so much other great stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I look at what dropped, this past week or last week. We got if you own the PlayStation 4, we got what's it called? Why am I forgetting the Shadow of the Colossus remake?
Yeah.
And I've been going, and then Monster Hunter there the week before.
Yeah, so Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball dropped on the same exact day.
And Dragon Ball, that's right, yeah.
Then you got Secret of Mana tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much stuff.
It's a Super Nintendo.
I know.
Remake,
I know. I'm joking.
Oh, you fucking with me?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I know what Secret of Mana is.
What's that?
What is that? Yeah. So I think that part of it's probably it just that there's so many different games, and
we're only in February, bro.
Like you said, man, PUBG. I mean, PUBG. The phenomenon came to console, so I mean that took away from. A lot of players. Fortnite has been humongous too. You know what I mean? So people have definitely been on that, and that's on every platform. So, especially if you're into the shooter genre, that's another blow to Destiny because that attracted a lot more gamers than people expected. When Fortnite first released, it was this $40 beta that everybody was like, "Yo, I'm not touching that." And then they come out with their whole PUBG style game mode, and then everybody jumps on it. It's got more players on it right now than PUBG does, to be honest.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Fortnite. Like, I haven't played a whole lot of PUBG, but I mean, Fortnite's just okay. I mean, it's fine. It's fine for what it is. I mean, it's the only option that PS4 gamers have, and I was playing it last night with some friends, and I had a good time. But it's not something that I can play for hours on end. You know what I mean? Like after about an hour and a half, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is free, right?
Right.
Fortnite, the battle royale mode is free. The base game is not.
It's not free, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've
do you think they shot themselves? Well, aren't they making it free to play later this year?
Yeah, they are.
No, they need to because it's kind of like counterproductive.
What's going to free to play?
Fortnite.
The base
remember
game.
when they first launched it, and they were, they said in 2018 it was going to free to play.
Yeah.
Like they released a $40 beta or whatever the hell it was, to try to get people to buy it, which was a bunch of bullshit. But feel sorry for everybody who jumped in there. But
I've been watching that game since 2011. It started getting some buzz after Gears of War 3, and I was like, this game looks dope. So I've been following it ever since. Bought it, and I gagged a little bit after an hour. So.
Oh my goodness, man!
Yeah, so fuck that game.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get B Money and Eric Jackson on PUBG.
Hey man, when they release the full game, you'll see me on there.
Come on, you gotta hop in, man. It's fun, man. Play with
I'm not playing. You know me, I'm super competitive, man. I'm not playing no nonsense.
Not only that, man. Like I don't understand. Like I get why games like Fortnite and PUBG are popular, but I also kind of don't in the same token because I mean they're both fugly. They both play like shit. You know, they both are incredibly bug ridden. And yet they're so fucking popular. It kind of defies description.
They're
fun. Yeah, they're fun. I don't know. Like maybe I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it.
No, you know what? I was with you. I didn't initially get PUBG either, and I played it by myself. Didn't like it, and then I found a good a group of people that I could run with. Lord King David of the Iron Lords. Hooked up with him. And man, he's a lot of fun to play PUBG with.
Oh, dude, all the Iron Lords are great people.
Yeah, no, they really are. Yeah, hey, B Money, you guys, that was huge to get them, by the way.
Yeah, man, I told you that was #1 draft pick right there, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, but it's just fun, like playing with those guys, and yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't have its issues. Absolutely, the rubber banding's still there. You know, input lag. You know, frame rate issues, but I think it's fun. It's just easy to pick up and play. I think that's ultimately the appeal of PUBG. I haven't played Fortnite, so I can't speak on Fortnite. So, yeah, Avers, are you on PUBG?
I played a little bit. I've got about 11 or 12 hours, so not much in the world of most PUBG players. But right now, I'm on a single-player game kick. That's what I've been doing for the past, say, month and a half. So I just don't have as much desire to jump in there with buddies at the moment. But if you do play it with friends, though, it is incredibly fun to do the 2-player co-op or the 4-player mode by yourself. It didn't really keep my attention too much, but I can see why people are addicted to it.
Yeah. It's the chase of the chicken dinner.
Yeah.
As ridiculous as that sounds, but it is, and it really is. Speaking of single player games, there's something I want to talk about real quick. And I just thought this was really badass. I don't know if you guys saw the video of the God of War like advertisement on the floor of what is the Oracle Arena?
Yeah,
the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
Can I just wow. Like,
yeah, it was
how cool was that?
Amazing, bro.
I missed that.
Badass.
Hold on, I missed that because I was playing this amazing game called Owlboy. Can you say that again?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you'll be fine. Just repeat it.
No, we were. So I was talking about God of War.
He's all flustered as fuck.
Yeah,
He's like that.
I'm flustered.
Mr. Negative sounds so far away from the damn mic. It's like he's playing his Switch on the ceiling. What's going on?
No, I was talking about the advertisement they had of God of War on the basketball court where the Golden State Warriors play.
Well, hold on. Hold on. You have to explain it to me because I don't watch basketball.
They just had a projector trailer. It was projected on the floor of the basketball court.
It's fucking stupid.
What?
like just stupid in a good way. Like that's the most ridiculous.
No, it was awesome, dude. It was so
I would have laughed my ass off if I'd seen that. I'd been like, okay.
No, it was.
You gotta watch it to see.
You gotta watch it. It was awesome.
Yeah. Maybe it's one of those things where you just had to be there.
Yeah.
No,
you got to see it, bro.
You got to see it. It's seriously awesome. B Money. You saw it.
Of course I did.
I think you
stay in tune with the basketball stuff. So.
Yeah, I do. It was, to me, it was like, wow. Like it was probably one of the coolest things that I've seen in terms of advertising a game. Like I forget it starts with Kratos and his son. Are they fighting somebody? I don't remember the entire sequence. And I want to say there was some stuff going on the big screen too, above the floor, right?
Yeah, it didn't.
It looked like they dropped from the big screen to the basketball floor at one point.
Yeah, they dropped from the big screen because I think he like hands him the bow or whatever. Hands his son the bow, and then he kind of dropped. down to
shoot
the floor.
him now.
But it looks like they actually the camera isn't as close. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was just because of the trailer or whatever, but the combat the camera wasn't behind Kratos like it's been shown in some of the gameplay. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it kind of panned out when he was fighting a bunch of enemies. So I wonder if the camera angle might change during combat to kind of like that asymmetrical view.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I think it's probably like a third person behind the shoulder deal, which I think is good. I think the series needed to mix it up, you know.
But if you're fighting 100 enemies, it might pan out. It might.
Yeah, because you see how the floor like dropped from beneath them. It was kind of weird to have like the camera directly behind them. You know?
Yeah, because there was that sequence where the floor dropped and then it went like asymmetric where they were battling like multiple enemies.
Right.
And Eric Jackson said he jumped.
Yeah, he did actually.
He did jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did. The camera angle did change when they dropped down and they were fighting multiple enemies.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was cool. That's why I brought it up because I thought it was pretty badass. So.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted. Speaking of floors. B-Man, and I'm gonna throw this one out to you. What do you think about Microsoft's E3 presence on the floor, or lack thereof?
The reason I kind of threw this topic out there because I've seen like so many people, you know what I mean, talking about it on Twitter and making videos about it, and I ain't gonna say nothing. Nobody told me nothing or anything like that, but
somebody told me something.
Just expect FanFest to be a little different this year, and that's what I'll say in regards to the floor plan that they have, you know, for Microsoft.
Well, B, we got to go off air sometime, so just enlighten us after the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of going off air, I've got to get going. I gotta get up and go to work. But thanks for having me, man. It's always awesome.
John just hops in a fucking black hole to go to work.
I do. Yeah. Yep. Gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Gotta go do my ridiculously overpaid.
You're just happy to go to work because you can take your Switch with you. I know.
I can't. No, actually, I can't bring my Switch or my cell phone.
Oh, you can't. Oh, okay. Cool.
No.
Are you allowed to bring your cell phone in?
Nope.
Wow.
No Switch, no cell phone. Them's the breaks, man.
Yeah, I hear that. Well,
Yeah, I got Twitter though, so on my computer, so it's all good.
It's all good. So, well, John, as always, man, a pleasure. And
of course, yeah.
And if you want to let everyone know where they can catch SDGC.
No. I'm just kidding. You can catch SDGC every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/official SDGC. The only thing we ask is that you don't bring the fanboy bullshit in there because we don't tolerate it, we don't want it, we don't need it. We talk about games. And if you can't catch us live on Twitch, all of our podcasts and live streaming of games, which we'll be doing a lot more recently, are archived on our YouTube channel, which is SDGC. Just look for Super Performance Gamescast, or just go to youtube.com/Super Performed Gamescast, and you will find us on there. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter if you want at Mr. Negative.
And you guys will be at PAX East this year again, right?
We will. We will be at PAX East again this year. It's going to be a good fucking time. Hold on. Who the fuck is in chat? Look at the shit in chat. Black Panther's an SJW movie. Don't support that trash. What the fuck are you even talking about?
I didn't even see that.
First of all, I mean, who the fuck was talking about Black Panther? Was anybody talking about Black Panther? Was there like a conversation I missed?
Nope.
About Black Panther?
No.
This is as random as the fucking time where we were streaming Overwatch. And we were all playing as Winston. We were all playing as Winston jumping around, and some motherfucker came in a chat named Lord Harambe, and he just started like saying shit like, make them remember Harambe. And this is just as random as that was. What the fuck does that even mean?
Just a troll. This guy's just trolling.
John Feliciano. I thought that said John Fellatio for a minute.
That's what I thought it said.
Yeah,
too.
Well, that's probably what he meant to say, but he misspelled it.
He thought he was clever, that he spelled it wrong.
If you misspell it, you probably ain't getting it. So,
Oh, Jesus. John,
Anyway,
can you tell us what panel you're going to be on, by the way, at PAX East?
no, not yet. I can't.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well,
it's coming.
Well, if you're going to be at PAX East, catch the guys from SCGC. They'll be there.
Yep, we will. All 4 days.
And they will be on a panel. I just don't know.
I can tell you that I will be helping my friend Susan Arndt host game show night at PAX.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
So that'll be a good time.
Yeah, definitely a good time.
But anyway, everybody enjoy your night. I do need to go now. So.
All right, man.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Yep. See you, John.
See you later, boys.
See you. All right. So, God, now I forgot what I was talking about now.
No, but what I was saying was that their floor space based on the 2018 floor plan is super small compared to what it's been the past couple of years. And a lot of people are just complaining about it. Saying that Microsoft is pulling out of E3 or they're not going to show as many games.
Oh my
God. But like the floor plan has nothing to do with
it's
the games
interesting. It's interesting about the size and whatever, but that's as far as it goes. I mean, it's not going to stop them from. I'm pretty sure they don't have a stage in their booth. Like, they're not going to be there showing games. Fucking idiots. You know what
they're
I mean?
not going to hold a press conference at that location. Yeah.
So what does it matter?
That's what I thought. Like, it's like a fanboy thing, and I was like, "What are people? What is going? Like, why are people like? Why is this even a thing? Like they're gonna show their games at their press conference. And that's it. You
come by the booth, check out some games, and that's exactly what it's there for.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
That's it.
I'll be there. Are you going, Enrique?
No, I'm not going. No. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I still may go. I still might go,
man. Fuck yeah, we can link up.
Yeah, Yeah, maybe we can do
half away. So
we can do dinner with Shue.
Yep, eat some steaks, bro.
Yeah, ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, ha ha ha. Yeah, wink wink. Yeah, I thought the whole thing was kind of blown out of proportion. But so B, you know things that you can't share with us is what you're telling us.
I mean, I'm just saying, a little birdie dropped something in my ear. I know some things, That's all I say.
Do these things make you excited?
I mean, I think it's definitely exciting for the people who will be there. I mean, it doesn't change anything for me. But I think it's definitely a different take for Microsoft, and it should be a pretty good experience.
Didn't they hand out like tacos and Coronas or something at FanFest?
I don't know.
I know at FanFest, all some of my buddies went last year. They got 2 terabyte hard drives.
Sweet.
Rig audio headphones.
They always give out a nice bag.
Yeah, they give nice bags.
And they got a whole backpack for the stuff, right?
Yeah, dope shit too. When I went to PSX, bro, all I got was some hand sanitizer, some fucking a water bottle. What else did they give me? A T-shirt and a poster, bro.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would have had words with Sony. You're 70 million consoles sold. You couldn't give me more than water,
right? And the water wasn't a water inside.
There's no water inside.
No.
Come on, man.
Yeah, a little spooky.
Yeah, that's not good.
FanFest is for the select few, though, man. So
yeah, very special place.
It's for the chosen ones.
Let me try to guess what they're doing. You tell us if I'm close or right or any of that.
Oh, I like this. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm guessing this year it's going to be a live show that they broadcast over Mixer.
Ooh.
And they're going to do, they're going to have like one of those screens that they had last time, and they're going to have like a couch and talk to some of their top people or the developers. Is that close?
No, it's not going to be similar to their Gamescom thing, which I think that's more of like the whole sit down thing.
Yeah,
they'll still have their standard presentation.
No, I'm not talking about the E3. I'm just talking about the FanFest portion.
Oh, the FanFest portion? Yeah. It could be like that.
Okay.
It could be like that.
Huh. Man, I'm not seeing.
Now he wants to end the show within 5 minutes. All right, man,
all right, everyone. So that's the end of the show. We need to pull B Money aside and have a little conversation.
All right.
Jay Street in the live chat says B Money with the scoop. Yeah, B Money with half the scoop. Not the full details, man.
All right.
Yeah, B, we just have to get you drunk, man, or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know about E3 this year. I would love to go because I just to meet everyone.
Get out there, man. You got to get out there.
Yeah, Lord King was like, "Hey, come stay with us. We got a place already."
Man. If you hang out with them dudes, you're gonna have a ball.
I
The
already
entire
know.
time. The
I
entire
already
time.
know.
Man.
I would have an absolute blast.
Yeah,
An absolute blast. So they're actually going to be they're going to be at PAX East too this year. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Did you guys also see that Shadow of the Colossus did well in the UK?
Yeah, did real good.
That's awesome. I think
Yeah, it surpassed the original, didn't it?
Yeah.
In sales. Yeah. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah. All day. Have you played it?
Oh yeah, I'm on the 7th boss, I think.
The 7th Colossi.
Yeah, Colossi. It's the one that's in the water. I don't know if you got to that part yet.
No, I haven't got to that one. I know which one you're talking about, but I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, I met him. I mean, I beat the game twice on the PS2. I never got it for PS3, so going through it in this fidelity has been a blast. It's been, I don't know. This is a game. It's a bonding game for me and my brother. It's like the first game he beat at the age of 6. And
he beat that game at the age of 6?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And earlier when he was 5, he beat Snake Eater on easy. So
what?
Killing the game. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
this is early. 5.
Yeah, and this is another tidbit. People don't believe me, but I'm gonna have to record it one day. This is probably like maybe when Injustice came out, the first one.
Yeah.
He used to beat people online with Solomon Grundy with his eyes closed.
No,
or I didn't believe him. I was like, dude, you got your fucking eye open. Stop playing. He's like, I'm serious. I was like, turn around. I made him put his back towards the TV, and he still beat people online without even.
No way.
I swear.
No, man. Come on.
Okay, look, check this out. I'll bring my PS4 over there because I think the Injustice was free 1 month, and I'll record it and I'll post it on Twitter next time I see him. It's crazy. He actually did it. But so it's a special game for me and him, so it coming back out and me playing through it, and it's just so fucking gorgeous, man. Like, geez, like, people talk about the water in Sea of Thieves. Well, the fucking fur in this game, I can tell you that.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes, you're right. The fur and the Colossi.
Yeah, it's great.
Amazing.
I'm having a blast with it. How far did you get, Enrique?
I'm on the 4th Colossi right now.
Okay.
But I played it back. But I played it back on the PS2. I mean, at the time when it came out on the PS2, it was pure sorcery. You got that game to look like that.
I just never fought anything that. I mean, come on, like you're that massive in 2005. Like, we just never seen it.
No, it was like, whoa, like, wow, what happened here?
And it kind of still has that off factor because we seen it in games, but I mean, it still channels back those memories from when you first played it.
Well, it does because you don't. I mean, I don't think there. I mean, there hasn't been a game where like recently that's had like bosses like that are that big.
Yeah.
And each boss within itself is like a puzzle, which I think is kind of cool.
Because you got to figure out the strike points and all that.
Yeah. You got to hold on to the fur, and you got to deal with the stamina bar and stuff like that. But, I mean, even all these years later, I mean, who is it? Not Blue Point, but what the developer that did the remake?
Yeah, it's Blue Point.
It is Blue Point. You're right. I got it confused with PUBG. With what's it called? With Bluehole. So no, but Blue Point did. I mean, they did a just tremendous job with this remake. I mean, just
most definitely.
Yeah, and can we just stop arguing about remake, remaster, and all that stuff too? I mean, it'd be such a waste of time.
Just enjoy the game. Fuck.
Yeah, just have fun with it. It's a beautiful game. And they're working on another. They're actually working on another game, another classic.
Yeah. I wonder what that's gonna be, bro. I really. What could
it be? Eco, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Good fucking answer.
Yeah. I mean, I think that a lot of us would think that it would be Eco.
And I never got a chance to play Eco either. So
played it, didn't beat it.
Yeah. Was it kind of similar to Shadow Colossus?
It is similar, yeah.
But what are you fighting?
Oh man, I don't remember now.
They're like little shadow creatures, I believe.
Yes. That's right, Avers. The shadow creatures, because they were like the shadow creatures that you see in what's it called? In Shadow of the Colossus. In the beginning. That's what they remind me of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then you have a girl that you're always like bringing with you everywhere as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so instead of a horse, you have a girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you like Shadow, I think you'll probably like that a lot.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out if they come out with it. I'm kind of excited for Spyro, bro. If that's true, oh man, day one cop.
So that's still just a rumor right now?
Yeah,
I think it's still a rumor. But dude, if they seen how well Crash did, they're gonna do Spyro.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Crash fan. I have the game. I just don't really like it as much. But I definitely prefer Spyro over Crash.
Yeah, that first Spyro was no joke, man.
The first and the third. I didn't like the second. That much.
You know what, guys? I've never played any of the Spyro games.
Fraud. Have you really? You haven't?
No, I just never. They never interested me.
Guess because you're 30 when they came out. Ain't played that shit. Fuck.
Hold on. When did they come out?
Like 96, 97, something.
All right. So I was 19 and 20.
Oh, I was close. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I was playing. What was I playing? 96 and 97. I was playing a lot of Madden.
Probably Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7.
Mario. The
Mario
RPG.
64. No,
the RPG was out. It came out.
RPG. I was playing. What else was I playing?
Resident Evil was out there.
Metal Gear Solid.
Parasite Eve. Yeah, all that shit. Yeah, Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear's 98.
Yeah, Siphon Filter.
Oh, fire! I used to set people on fire, literally. We used to just sit there and hold the button and watch them just flame.
Was this you and your brother, the one who could play?
No, we were sick.
Man.
Yeah, me and my brother, we just hold the button. Guys, the bathroom, hold the button. Make sure he stays on fire.
Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Oh my god,
dude! That game, SOCOM needs a remake. Siphon Filter needs a remake. Like, there's so many things they can go back and doll up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of like, I don't know what you guys think. I'd like to get your thoughts on this, guys, but I kind of like the remakes. What Sony's doing with some of these,
why not?
Story, franchises or titles. Just kind of doing a full on remake.
It's like a two bird one stone type of thing. Like, people who's never experienced those games, and us that appreciates those games, we get to run through them again. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, like, last gen was so long. When you think about 8 years, you know what I mean? For us, of course, because we're older, you know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. But you think about somebody who was maybe 8 or 9, you know what I mean, last gen, and kind of grew up throughout the entire gen, they probably didn't touch any of those PS2 games. So to see them kind of come over and people get excited about them, it's magical, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you want to see is more people have interest in some of the cool shit that we thought was cool back in the day. So. I'm all for it.
Yeah. I like it because it, some of these games I don't remember playing, and it gives me the opportunity to kind of go back and see them and or play them again. Avers, what are your thoughts on like the remakes?
Well, the remakes, if they're going to end up being a good thing for the industry, then definitely I'm all for supporting them. I do have Shadow. I have the special edition. I have not opened it up yet. I'm going to be getting to that here pretty soon. But I wanted to get that the Kingdom Come Deliverance kind of knocked out as quickly as I can, so I could talk about one of the new games, because everything I've been playing has been, my backlog for quite a while now. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good thing. I guess I'm kind of in the middle on it, because I do have a lot of back and pack games that every time they seem to add one, I feel like I already bought it somehow, which is strange, because I don't remember them doing the digital downloads on 360 I remember it in like 2012, 2011, 2013, but beyond that, I don't remember them doing digital downloads. So I don't know why I own so many of those. But yeah, so every time they drop those, I get on it. I did pick up what was it? The Splinter Cell recently. So I've been playing that just a little bit. What was that?
It's Splinter Cell Conviction, right?
Yes, yeah, Conviction, yeah. Check that out just to see what it looked like. Some people say it looks great, but to me it looks very dated. So some of these games could use a remake instead of a re-release.
Yeah, I actually did like Conviction. Conviction was one of the games that got panned a little bit, critically panned when it came out, because they took a little bit different direction with Sam Fisher.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, and they kind of took away like the stealth elements and made him like just a normal guy, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I enjoyed the game a lot.
Yeah, that was the last one that still had Ironside as the voice, I think, and then they switched it for a different guy. Supposedly, they're going to bring him back for the next one that comes out.
Yeah, that's the rumor that they're going to bring back the Michael Ironside. But yeah, you're right that was his last gig as Sam Fisher. So, and I didn't mind the other guy from, and I forgot the name of the last Splinter Cell, but it came out towards the
Blacklist.
Yeah.
That came out towards the end of the last console gen. That game looked pretty good. I remember when it came out, it looked really good. But yeah, I actually do like all. I've heard this debate. I don't know why people have this debate sometimes, but I think there's value in remasters, remakes, and backwards compatibility. You know, I think anytime you give gamers options, you know, why not? You know, if it benefits us, even better. So that's kind of how I look at those things. Last topic of the evening, gentlemen. THQ Nordic acquires Koch Media, which actually was the holding company that had held Deep Silver, and Deep Silver, and I believe Deep Silver was part of THQ, the original THQ, before that went bankrupt, I think, in 2012.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Yeah. So, and some of those intellectual property rights that they picked up were Saints Row, Dead Island, exclusive license for Metro, and I think there's two other, I think, AAA games that are being worked on, if I'm not mistaken. But when I read this, I was excited because for me, THQ was one of those developers. When they went belly up, it was kind of sad to see.
Oh yeah, I was too.
I don't know. THQ gave us, to me, I don't know how you guys feel, but in my opinion, I feel like they were the company I went to get that diversity. They had a lot of different titles that they picked up. You know, they had the Ghostbusters game. They had, you know, the Red Faction, the Darksiders. I mean, they just gave you different stuff, you know?
Yeah.
From Ubisoft, you kind of knew what to expect, and EA, like, you knew. But with THQ, it was like, okay, what do they have this year? And, you know, usually I would be kind of excited, except I really hope they didn't do Too Human. Did they do Too Human? I don't know.
What?
Too Human. I don't remember if they did that or not. I think that was Silicon Knights, but I don't remember.
Yeah, Silicon did Too Human. Yeah, I remember the combat.
Oh my god! Whatever. Wasn't Too Human like supposed to be like the killer app?
Let's not talk about it, bro. I spent 100 hours in that game, and I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I forced myself.
100?
100
on that game too.
That game, and guess what? The whole time, this game is trash. But I was addicted.
Combat everywhere, man.
Dude, I was addicted to the loot. I really was. I was addicted to loot. I couldn't stop playing it.
Yeah, they were like enchantments or runes or something, right?
Yeah. You just kept on upgrading your skills and getting different stuff. And, you know, I just got addicted to that. And I knew the game was bad, you know. I was about, 20, 22 at the time. Like, I knew it was trash. But I had so much faith in what they were I was watching every fucking podcast on One Up Magazine and their audio podcast or whatever, just talking to the developer. And I knew him from making Eternal Darkness and all that stuff. And I was excited. And then when I got the game, I was like, fuck. Whew. I mean, they really didn't think this out, man.
That guy, that lead developer, he had a pretty hard fall from what I remember after.
Yeah, it was bad.
Went belly up.
Yeah. It sucked, man. But I was like, well, we're never getting Eternal Darkness 2.
Isn't there
Suck.
still
And-
like a fundraiser Kickstarter thing out there to bring it back again though? I always hear about that every
Really?
couple of years. I believe every couple of years they announce one.
Nintendo actually owns that property, and Nintendo said that they were actually working on it.
Oh wow.
What?
Damn.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
you got me smiling now, bro.
Nintendo working on it.
Dude, huh?
You said Nintendo's working on a B?
Yeah. Nintendo's working on Eternal
smart.
Darkness.
Please. Remember when that game used to turn off your TV? Oh man.
Yeah, man. I tell people that all the time because like so many people because it was on GameCube, nobody like really played it. But like Eternal Darkness is one of my favorite games of all time, man. It's
game's
just some of
great.
the wildest shit ever. You know what I mean? At that time, I was
Mhm.
like, oh my god. You know what I mean? Turn off your TV. I thought something was wrong with my system. Like, man, what the hell is going on, man?
I was like, oh, I know these tricks. You must be
Yeah.
talking to Kojima.
Kojima. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. That game was such a milestone for Nintendo, man.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think Two Human was supposed to be a trilogy. Nope.
It was. It was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah. You see
God,
how
that
that
game-
worked.
That game had so much hype behind it too. I'll never forget it. So much hype.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
Every
it
magazine, he did pretty good promotion. He was going to all the major video game outlets and talking about it. I mean, bro, he sold it really hard. So
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
yeah, it was ambitious. I can give him that. It really was. You know, just didn't execute well.
It would be the first game in the industry that did that or didn't live up to hype.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this is exciting news. I mean, looks like there's 2 AAA titles that are also in work from under THQ Nordic and Deep Silver now that are being worked on from Volition and Dambuster Studios. So hopefully we'll hear more. And then there's some other. Looks like there's 7 other pipeline projects that are in the works too. So this could be cool. I did see Deep Silver. I saw Shenmue 3.
Yeah, they're publishing that.
They're publishing it. Okay, I
What?
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. When after I think E3's last year, I think
Uh-huh.
Deep Silver came out and said that they were publishing that game.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Interesting.
All right, real quick with panel, who's hyped for Shenmue 3? Me.
I'm hyped. I
I
was a fan of the first 2, so
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited for it. I would have loved if they would have did 1 and 2 first, like just do like a remake or remaster of it.
they might they still might do that, bro. Period.
Yeah, I mean, they could, but they keep saying that Shenmue 3 is coming out this year, which I don't believe. But
Yeah, we haven't seen any trailers or anything yet.
No.
they released like a newer trailer not too long ago. They'll probably have a big blowout at E3. I almost guarantee.
You think
I
they'll
think-
be this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think Shenmue and Kingdom Hearts is going to be pretty big at E3 this year.
So wait. Do you think that Shenmue 3 will be a modern time or still be in the 80s?
No, I think it'll still be in the 80s. I don't think it's going to be modern time.
Yeah, he's still wearing that dusty ass jacket, so I'm pretty sure it's
Hey, his brown leather jacket alone, man.
right.
Didn't it have like a dragon on it or something?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Like I still remember hitting that corner of that liquor store. I don't have time for punk kids. Get out of here. He's like, what? So rude, man.
I'm
Like,
surprised you remember
what-
that, man. I don't remember.
Yeah. I have a good memory, dude. I remember that game.
I remember there was a game that you would sit down and play at the table and bet money on. What was it called?
Oh, I forgot. I just remember doing them stupid ass forklift jobs.
I used to like the forklift jobs, man, with the boxes.
I just like to fight, bro.
Yeah.
Because it reminded me of Virtual Fighter, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
Sega
that's-
Engine, man.
That's why I really have enjoyed Yakuza. Speaking of backlog, Yakuza 0, because it gives me those
I think
Shenmue vibes.
Yakuza is the successor, I do believe. Not like lore wise, but gameplay wise. Like it
Oh,
kinda does the
absolutely.
same- yeah.
No, it does.
Mini
Like,
games,
the mini
fighting,
games, the
everything.
fighting. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get through that game, man. I'm like not even half, I'm like a quarter way done with the game. So fucking long.
What, the Yakuza 0 you are?
Yeah, it's fucking long, dude.
Yeah. No, it's a good game. It's definitely in my my backlog right now. I still got to get through it.
The story's great, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm assuming this is Lord Cognito. He's saying, hang on in Space Harrier in the game. Yes. How amazing is it to play Space Harrier in Yakuza 0? That blew my mind.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh my God.
What console was that from?
Space Harrier was on the Sega Master System.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I haven't played that one either.
Yeah, that's bad. That's going back in the days. And what's cool is, you go in the arcade, the Sega arcade in Yakuza 0, and you can play the game, and you could play it on your big screen, so it's formatted to fit your screen perfect. Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's so funny. It's such a simplistic game, compared to what we do now. But it's cool. It was one of my favorite Sega games back in the days. So, God, I'd love to see Sega bring back some games like Jet Set Radio, Panzer Dragoon. Oh God, I'd love to see those games. Love to see them come back.
Yeah, Jet Set. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. It's a funny Jet Set to me would be one of those great games that for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah.
No, most definitely.
Even like Panzer Dragoon, I think would be great.
The one from Microsoft was so bad. Fuck.
What, Orta?
No, it was that. What was that game? It was like Crimson Dragon.
Crimson Dragon, yeah.
Oh God,
that was a letdown. But Panzer Dragon Orta on the original Xbox was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play that.
I'm telling you, I don't think people give enough, and maybe I'm wrong with this, but I don't think people give the OG Xbox enough credit. There were some really good games on that console.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive 3.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
They had the surprising game I really enjoyed on the Xbox. I don't know if it was original or exclusive, but that game Breakdown. I don't know if you ever played it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Breakdown.
Yeah, Breakdown was great.
Yeah, Breakdown was good. It was a good game.
Stubbs the Zombie, all that stuff, man.
Yeah. What else did they have that was
Kung Fu Chaos?
There was, I don't know if you guys were into them, but there was 2 Buffy games that were
they
decent.
were great.
Yeah, the Buffy games were good. Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh,
yeah. There was 2 of those too.
Yeah, the first one was fantastic.
Yep,
fantastic.
That was great.
Yeah. What else? Because it's funny, everyone thinks Halo on the OG Xbox, and I'm like, no, there's more than Halo on that console.
Mechasalt was good.
Mechasalt
1.
Yep.
2 wasn't good.
2 wasn't good. Crimson Skies.
Yeah, that was good.
What else was on there? I'm trying to think.
Knights of the Old Republic was one of the best.
Yes, Knights of the Old Republic, Jade Empire. And so it's funny, when I kind of go back and reminisce of the OG Xbox. This is a big reason why I'm often harsh on Microsoft, because I saw how aggressive and how aggressive they are with putting out content on the OG Xbox and even on the 360. There's some great games on both those platforms.
Yep.
So
that's why people always think I'm bashing Microsoft. No, it's just that it's not the Microsoft I'm used to.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they're gonna? Do you think they're gonna get back to that?
I don't know. I think they would already done it.
I don't know. See, oh God, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I don't. Here's the thing. You and I have talked about this a lot, but my perspective on this is, I think that Phil needed to get the hardware situation right, and I think they did that with the X. I do think though that they are heading in a much different direction than Sony is. And talking to Matt Piscatella on MPD, or he's the analyst from MPD, he seemed to indicate that the kind of success that we're seeing with all 3 platforms, or just the kind of growth of the market. And by the way, I'm paraphrasing here. These aren't exact words. Yeah, but something to the effect that each platform is kind of really catering to some extent to its own like market.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Definitely.
And so and we didn't have that before really in the industry, and I think that just speaks to like how strong the industry is right now. That you have these different platforms that are appealing almost to like almost like different subcultures within the gaming industry, and um and so I think that Microsoft's heading a different direction, and I think Game Pass is evident of that, or evidence of that, and I think you'll see Sony kind of focus on, they'll still kind of focus on their single player stuff and kind of presenting those or putting out content that really tries to connect to gamers emotionally. I know that's something that that Shuei was big on. That as a company we need to elicit emotional responses from our consumers, from people who buy our products, and I think that's very evident in gaming for them. And I think I brought up their approach to God of War and how they marketed that on the floor of a basketball court. John was kind of laughing, but as simple as that sounds, I mean, imagine being there. And imagine, I mean, I'm kind of geeking out watching this. Like, I can imagine being there close to the floor and just seeing this, right? And the kind of emotion that you're getting out of seeing something like that, right? So, but I do think that Microsoft, if Phil at least wanted to get the hardware right first, and I think that that they're back to focusing on games. I think that you look at something like Fable, as an example, they're greenlighting that project again. I think that's an example. And then we've heard rumors of them trying to potentially buy other studios. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell.
Well, what's funny is we heard all those rumors. What was it? 2 weeks ago we were talking about that, I guess.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
And so far nothing has come of that. So that hasn't bared any fruit at all. But it took them about 3.5 years to get the X out. So it's going to take, I'd say, at least another 3.5 years to get some of these games that they're talking about either buying or building on their own with their existing studio. So we've got a bit of a wait for that stuff.
Yeah, and you know what I think too, Evers. I think that we're going to see, if they're buying studios or investing in first party, we're going to see it for the next console. I think that's where we're really going to see kind of the fruits of their labor. Matt even said it on the show. He sees new hardware 2020, and that's 2 years away.
2020?
Yeah.
On both or just for Microsoft?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sees Sony with the PlayStation 5 2020 and Microsoft with another console 2020.
Yeah, I can definitely believe the Microsoft thing. I've heard from more than one person that they're working on. We've all heard that they're working on the successor to the X, but they're also working on a secondary device of some sort. And my thought process, my theory on that is that they're going to do kind of like what they did with the S and the X at E3. If you remember, they showed the S right off the bat, and they're like, "We're coming out with this here. You can get it for whatever price here next month, or I think it was like next week." For the S, and then we're going to come out with the X a year later, so you can wait if you want to do that. That's my thought process, is that they're going to do the same type of thing again and have two different SKUs for two different demographics.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's what they're going to do. But I was just, when Matt said 2020 for both, I was kind of surprised. Like, really?
I feel like Sony. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm off the mark on this, but I feel like they kind of want to ride out some profitability for a while on how many PS4s they have out there and how much software they can now sell with that. So I feel like they would come out a little bit later, like 21 or maybe even 22.
I mean, you would think that. I mean, right? I mean, you think that, they kind of would ride the wave.
Yeah.
But but did they want to? But then did they want to fall short? But also, 2020 is the 25th anniversary for PlayStation, so
that's true.
That potentially maybe forces their hand. I mean, I think from a marketing perspective, you come out with can you imagine a PlayStation 5 with the same a color scheme as the original PlayStation?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sounds simple, but I think that would sell like gangbusters.
Oh yeah, no, I would. Those ones that, I'm sure you've heard about the ones that they have done. They sold for quite a bit on eBay.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4 versions. Yeah, yeah, I do remember that. So, B, you're awfully quiet, man. Is he there? Did we lose him?
He's probably eating.
B Money has left.
Oh shit!
He's like, all this damn Microsoft talk. I gotta go.
Right
Oh, any thoughts, man?
on
What we just talked about?
Microsoft.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about, Microsoft? And,
yeah. You were the one who was eating.
no, I'm not eating. Yeah, man. You talking about just where they stand, or what? What do you mean?
Yeah, we were talking about like the new consoles and stuff, and
New consoles. I don't know, man. I'm still kind of content, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I got so much games to play.
I gotta
so
agree
much.
with you there.
Yeah, I'm content right now. I don't really care if even if they, you know what? This kind of happens every generation where I get kind of backlogged towards the end, and it kind of holds me over, and it kind of saves me money.
Yeah, same here.
You know, because I'm still enjoying those games, and the leap isn't that big when a new generation comes out. So I'm not really enticed. I usually don't buy the new consoles until maybe 6 months after they launch, or maybe even almost a year sometimes. But I got enough stuff to play. But if they come out, cool. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see. You know, like everyone 4K 60, you want 10K 60, 10K 100. You know, like my thing is I want these developers to start working on their physics engines and start improving their engines to make these games seem next generation. You know, like kind of like Gears of War. Like I played Gears of War, 1 through 3 like no other, right? But Gears of War 4 to me when I played it felt stale to me because I've been playing for so many years. It's all right. It's just they played it safe in every way.
That's true.
And like even if they could have just added like say when you go to cover, not like you snap to cover like a fucking magnet. Say if they added like you scramble to cover, kind of like a Tomb Raider, something like that. Like just more physicality to these games and make them feel next generation. Like when you get shot in the shoulder and you see particle effects come off your fabric of your clothing, like things like that. Like I want to see impressive things with these game engines, and they can do it. They have the resources. They can. And that's just what I want to see instead of just getting 4K 60. That should just be a no-brainer. You should get 1080p 60 or 4K 60, whatever. I'm pretty sure the next generation systems will be capable of doing that. But I'm more focused on want them to improve these fucking engines for next generation.
I agree with you completely. The engines really didn't take that big of a leap over the last generation. It's those two consoles were very powerful. The PS3 was extremely powerful. And the 360, I think people have estimated it at like 0.7 of a teraflop. So it wasn't a huge jump in power. So that was a problem. But also, like you said, the engines that they're building the games with, that wasn't a big jump. So I'm with you there. I would love to see exactly what you just described. I was thinking the same thing of, a little bit more of like complexity in getting into cover and the complexity with the blind fire and the way that works. And they do a little bit of destruction for like when you're shooting stuff, you'll see chips stuff come off.
You'll see that.
More like you can completely destroy things. That would be awesome.
I mean, just little things like that, man, that can just change your whole perspective, and you just have that off factor again. Like, remember popping in Gears of War in 06?
Oh yeah.
Like, holy fuck! You're
the
like,
first time you chainsaw somebody.
Bro,
oh yeah, I remember.
Just even the camera angle, you're like, wow.
Yes, the way the camera angle moved and the way you would slide in.
Oh man, it was so refreshing. Like
it was.
And people were going crazy over that game. I worked at Game Crazy at the time. And I remember my coworker came in, he just bought his, and he came back that earlier to pick up another controller. He was like, I was like, how you like Gears of War? And he's like, dude, he just shook his head and he walked away. I was like, what? That's it? He was like, dude, just fucking go home and play it. And I was like, all right. So yeah, it was one of those mind-blowing type of things. And I haven't felt that way this generation at all.
Well, there was a bigger leap in
terms
of power from, like the OG Xbox to the 360 and PS2 to PS3.
This leap, I think this would be the most minorest leap ever next generation.
Yeah. You mean from what we have right now?
Yeah, from what we have right now. I don't think it's going to be that crazy. They're probably going to work on resolution and frame rates. I think that's what You know, that's what I think the industry wants to focus on, giving you that
But
PC type performance.
let me ask you guys something. It probably, would you imagine, it has something to do with cost? You know, and marketability. It's just
Oh, of
easier.
course.
It's easier to market 4K 60 versus, hey, I got this new physics engine. It's great. you know,
Yeah, that's true.
and then the money you have to put into, making a new engine that can do those things. Smarter AI, physics. Um, Shout out to the Iron Lords podcast. They mentioned Nemesis Systems AI. But those things cost money, though. So
They cost a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm with you guys. I agree with you guys. By the way,
The Nemesis
110%.
system is a step in the right direction, though. Honestly, it's a whole nother take on enemy AI. Period. That we haven't ever seen. It's innovative.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
So
You mean
take
for the
more
Middle
steps
Earth,
like that.
Middle Earth
Yeah.
games?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that ever.
No.
I thought the Division, they kind of hinted at that, but I don't think that fell through, did it?
I don't
Like
think
how
so.
real players could take over enemy AI and things like that. I could have swore they were talking about that at E3, like in 2014.
Maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember at all. So, but yeah, I like to see those things. I mean, I think those things would lead to new possibilities in gaming and gaming experiences. So, who knows? Maybe we'll get those things.
Maybe we'll get into Cyberpunk. Woo!
Oof! Don't go there.
Possibility, man.
Don't go there. I can't.
I know, right?
That's my most anticipated game. Kind of like Too Human. Too Human was for you for the.
Oh God! Fuck you.
When's Cyberpunk out? Is it 2019?
I don't know. No one knows.
No one
release
knows.
date. They said they're going to be at E3, so hopefully we get some gameplay trailers. Hope for that.
More Witcher 3 DLC.
Right? Wine and blood. Now we got bread and blood. Woo!
We got bread and butter.
Right?
Oh my goodness! So,
what was the DLC for Witcher 3?
Blood and Wine.
Blood and Wine. There we go.
Yeah, and
so it'll be grapes and water for the next DLC.
So, all right, gentlemen. Well, we are getting to the 11 o'clock hour, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up podcast number 101. Still can't believe we're at over 100 episodes now. It's just crazy. Avers, thank you again, man, for joining us, man. It was great having you on.
No, thank you for having me. It was great to talk games on my channel. We don't get to delve into what we're playing and talk games like we did here tonight. So it was nice change of pace for me. Thanks for having me on, and anytime you want me back, I'll come back on. Thanks.
No, absolutely, man. We'd love to have you on, and we'll have to get Moxie on too. Get her on and talk video games with her as well. Also, where can people find you?
So it is, if you can see it in the chat, I think you can just click on that link, G4G Media. And then on Twitter, I have Avers _ at G4G. It's at Avers _ G4G Media on Twitter. So that's pretty much it right now. We are coming out with a new format show. It's a little bit different than what we've got right now. Hopefully, we got a meeting tomorrow with someone we're partnering with, and hopefully we can have some information this weekend about that if it goes well tomorrow. So, yeah.
Awesome, man. That is awesome. We look forward to that announcement then.
Thank you.
Yeah. And again, man, thank you again. We'll definitely, it's been a pleasure. We'll definitely have to get you back on again soon.
Sure, definitely. Yeah.
All Day, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's if for those who don't know, All Day is actually one of my fellow co-hosts on Lou Chess Radio.
Yes, sir.
With Jay Fonzarelli.
Hey guys, what's up?
All Day, man. It was a pleasure, man. It's always it's always a pleasure talking video games with you, man.
Man, yeah, you know me, man. I like to be as most controversial as possible. It's always a pleasure coming on the Brat, bro, and hopefully we get some rants from you. That's what I've been waiting for.
Oh man, I haven't done a rant in You know, I almost did a rant. You know what? I may do a rant.
There we
on
go.
Friday,
Woo!
because there is something I kind of want to get off my chest.
There we go.
Yeah. Um, and it's fanboy really. I just don't like fanboys. I just think they're bad. I'm sorry. I just think it's anti-consumer behavior, and I just think it's bad for the community. And yeah, you know, and yeah.
It is, and it's easy to get caught up in it. You see, I'm sure you guys saw a lot of stuff going on Twitter last few days or so, but it's, you know, you kind of want to get in there and throw your two cents in, but it's best to stay out as much as possible and kind of let people dig their own hole if they're going to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, look, toxic
fanboying
is okay. If you're a fan of a particular product, it's fine, as long as you're not disrespectful or toxic and talking about people's families and just, you know, you could be a fan as much as you want. I don't give a fuck. Well, when you start disrespecting me personally, that's when, you know, your head gets cut off. But it's definitely, and it is very exhausting, you know. It is.
I just don't get it, and you know, and the other thing is too is, you know, look, we all have different. Sometimes we have different opinions on things, and that's it. At the end of the day, they're often opinions too, you know, and it's not gaming. And I always say this: gaming is one of those things that should be non-stressful, you know.
Yeah.
It's an escape.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say it's an escape from all the other things that are stressful in life, you know.
Absolutely.
And you would think, as much as you spend time, not you personally, but
yes,
as much as the fanboys talk and the toxic fanboys blabber on Twitter and disrespect all these types, you would think if you applied that energy to your games, you probably wouldn't be on Twitter as much.
No,
idiot. You know what I mean? Stupid fucks, man. I swear. Like, play your fucking game. Shut your mouth.
Oh my goodness.
You know, shit, fucking kill you.
So yeah, so that may be a rant incoming.
Yeah. We need
Friday.
that rant. Need that fix.
Yeah,
bro. Come on.
I haven't done one in a long time. I think the last one I did was maybe Lord Cognito may have joined me for that one. I think
maybe.
Or no, you know what? It was the whole when Microsoft announced Game Pass. It was me, Jay Fonzarelli. Obviously, it was me because I was, you know, the host. But Jay Fonzarelli, B Money, and I think Lord Cognito.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, you guys can find me at allday_digital on Twitter, and I do Loot Chess. We record Fridays, comes out Sundays, and I pop up on other various podcasts once in a while when I have the time. But thanks for the invite, man. See you next time. Nice meeting you, Avers, man.
Oh, nice meeting you as well.
Yeah, man, no doubt. And
awesome.
B, it's always good, bro.
I don't think
you guys hear me now.
Oh yeah, he's back. All right, what's up, B?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I don't know what the hell happened, man.
The show's ending, bro.
Yeah, the show's ending,
man. I see, man. I jumped back in at the end, man. It's crazy.
Goodbye.
But yeah, I'm here, man, and I appreciate you guys coming through. We had a great show. Had some solid topics in there. I'll just throw out real quick. I think PlayStation 5 does come out probably 2019 or 2020. I've just been following the history for PlayStation for a while, and they've kind of stayed on this 6 to 7 year cycle where they just release their console regardless of how well it's doing.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I think it's unlogical to think that 2019, 2020 we get a new PlayStation. And like you guys said, I don't think it's going to be that big of a jump going into next gen. And I would definitely like to see just more improvements to different engines and things like that. Cyberpunk, I think is going to push this gen. I think that'll probably be the best game that we have coming towards the end of the gen, and then we go into next gen.
Interesting, kind of like GTA, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. Which is selling gangbusters, by the way. What is it? 90 million?
90 million, man.
Jeez, I can't wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, who's playing GTA?
Everybody and their grandmama.
Yeah.
No one on my friends list, though.
Exactly. No one on my friends list. No one on my friends list. So, B Money, where can people find you?
You can find me here or on Tick Podcast every Saturday night at 10 p.m., 10:30 Eastern, depending on whenever Wood gets back from the store or whatever other nonsense he's doing on Saturday nights. You can find me on Twitter or Xbox or PlayStation. All same gamer tag, B Money 101. You can find me pretty much anywhere. So come through, have a laugh on a podcast, and look up my username on various platforms, and we can get into some games.
All right, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. And big shout out to everyone in the live chat that stopped by to say hello. Really appreciate the support, guys. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We definitely appreciate the subs as we look to grow Brap. So we've come a long way. As I mentioned last week for episode 100, it's crazy. We had the creator of Twisted Metal and God of War, David Jaffe, on this podcast. It still blows my mind. And so, yeah, we will be back next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep an eye out for a rant. It probably is incoming on Friday. So, and it's going to be a good one. They always are. They're the rants are probably one of my favorite things to do. Because it's really all off the cuff. So, other than that, everyone have a great rest of the week. And Avers, thank you again. It was a pleasure. And we'll see everyone back here next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, everyone, we'll see you next time. Peace.